Oh, good morning.
What's the lower?
Sue and Mark,
You open the curtains.
can I open the curtains? You talking to me? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Funday. As the curtains open on the place, we're going to get started pretty soon. Within seconds, I say. Welcome, welcome, welcome. To get started today, while we wait on Princess, I respect the people up on time.
I'm on time.
Oh, you're on time? All right. Enough of the Bickersons. Let's get it started. Let's come to the center of our mats and bring our feet out to the edges of the mat.
Lower.
And then turn our toes into the central line. Bring some straightness to the legs. We're not trying to make them absolutely straight right now. We're in a warming process. So just kind of get it as best you can. It's comfortable for your body. I like you to rock forward and backward on your feet and then start to register the weight bearing of your body. And then when you find the equilibrium point where it kind of feels equal front to back, let's just stay it there. Let's begin to hollow out the belly. As you pull it in, use some energy and effort to create that contractive force that keeps that area nice and stable. Let's proud out the chest, draw up the shoulders, rotate the palms to face forward and spread your fingers widely. Just a little bend in the elbow and then increase that by pulling them backwards. And as you pull backwards, I'd like you to squeeze them together and then hold on that for a breath or two. On the next inhale, draw the shoulders up a little higher if you can and see if you can draw back those elbows slightly more. And then rotate the hands, keeping the bend that you had in the elbow, and rotate them out and away from the body, and then serve them out to the sides.
You need to step forward.
I need to step forward. Okay. Now, as you inhale, lengthen to the sky, those arms, as you salute the sun, and then release the breath, turn the hands with the palms face downward as you lower them all the way down onto the side bodies. Draw the shoulders up. Open the palms to face forward. So we're externally rotating the shoulders. I'm going to take the thumbs all the way back. As we proud out the chest, I'd like to bring a little more straightness to the legs and sweep the arms back to the sky. As you release this next breath, I'd like you to draw the arms down straight with the palms facing. Now, everyone's seen the head of a cobra expand wide through the head. Let's imagine you're pulling your shoulders away from the center line of the body, creating that cobra-like effect. Now, while we hold here, I'd like you to take an isometric activation. Try to spiral the heels away from the center line. And then reverse that sort of, and what I mean by that is like push the ball of each big toe into the mat and then draw the legs together. And as you do so, try to straighten through the legs. Sweep those hands back up to the sky. Rotate the palms to face earthward as you lower them back down onto the arms. Legs, I mean, your arms onto your arms. That's a new one. Now, proud at the chest, grow that spinal column. Keep that internal force, that effort inward with the legs. You rotate the palms forward. Put a bend in the elbows, draw them backwards. Squeeze those elbows together, and as you release your next breath, serve those hands out, palms facing the sky. Relax the legs, step the feet forward, rotate the palms to face, and then begin to lower down. As we begin a little bit of focus on the lower body, I'd like you to kind of raise and lower and discover range of motion. Now, we can't stand taller than our bodies are, but we can see that range of motion expressed more in the depths that we lower down to. Try to avoid some of the pitfalls of our sedentary behavior, which is folding in. I want you to try to keep proud in the chest as you raise and lower the body, and see if you can get just a little bit deeper. This is so good for opening up those muscles that we keep in a contracted state as we sit every day. Now, on the next one down, hold, raise the arms. As you inhale, stand tall, salute the sun. As you exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward as you step the feet backwards to plank pose. In our plank, we're going to extend it slightly. Excuse me. And that simply means you step your hands slightly forward at the shoulders. Now, push forward with the toes, and then drive backwards and downwards with the heels, and raise your butt. Down dog. Float back to plank. Push some of the tippy toes. Drive the heels earthward and pull up and back to down dog. That butt of yours. Float it forward. Tippy toes. Drive back, heels driving to the earth. And then walk the plank back to the feet. A little bit of pirate talk there. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. And then fold. And do that one more time, but hold the extension this time. Let's bend both knees and then straighten the legs. And then do that for a couple of repetitions. Again, explore some range of motion. All right, now on the next one, hold that booty to the sky, step the feet out wide. You can angle the toes out slightly or keep them aiming straight forward. As you bend the knees and lower the hips this time, step your hands inside the legs and rotate the fingertips to face backwards. Use this kind of like a lever that you can basically lower a little deeper, feel a nice stretch through the hips, and then push the hips to the sky, keep the hands in place, and then lower them back down. Again, explore the range on the depth. Couple more repetitions. Use breathing to facilitate movements, always. Inhaling as you rise, exhaling as you lower. On the next repetition, hold that booty up, walk the hands forward, plank it up. Just lower the knees to the earth and then lower the chest earthward without descending upon it. Push it back up. Take the knees back up off the earth. Float the hips up and backward to down dog. Drive those heels to the earth. Pull the tailbone high to the sky. Push high into the tippy toes. And then drive the heels earthward. Float back to plank. Knees lower. Chest lowers. Push it back up. Pull it back up to down dog. And do this for a couple more repetitions. On the next, lower down, we're going to come all the way down onto the earth with chest upon the earth. Keep the hands right about shoulder height. And once again, like we practice cobra, the shoulders, try to pull them off the center line of the chest. Your face is a downward look with your elevation just slightly away from the earth of the nose. Pull the head long and begin to raise the back of the head to the sky. And then lower back down and articulate this for a few repetitions. If you feel the belly pull as you raise up, that's a good sign. It's not necessarily a bad sign if it doesn't happen. This means we want to create a little bit of activation in those muscles right around the belly. Now, lower down, push up onto the knees, and come into quadruped, fourth position. Spread the knees and feet wide, hip width apart, same with the hands. And then let that chest kind of drop into the arms. Once it's kind of found its low spot, rotate the elbows into the center line. Take the back of the head, lift it high to the sky. And at the back of the head lifting to the sky, pull that chest out of the arms, sink it back down, and try to pull the back of the head to the sky. Try to keep that chest nice and lower. Now, while we hold here, I like to take a little bit of pelvic rocking opportunity. So the pubis, I like you to try to rotate it inwardly and then pull it up into the belly or the belly button. So we're flexing the spine. And when I say spine, I mean thoracic spine. And then let's reverse this. So it's basically cat and cow. And take a few repetitions here. All the while trying to maintain that sunken chest through the arms. All right, now that we calm that, neutral the spine, we're going to float the hips backwards towards the heels and float forward. And then we're going to begin to dance this bear by moving left and circling in a left direction, the body. We're just simply articulating or moving the joints of the hips in particular. If you need padding under the knees, please grab it as we reverse the direction. Float it around a little bit. Play with it. Playing with the bear. Don't get bitten. All right, let's calm it, float the knees, and then draw back the hips, float it back forward. A little more intensity for the quads as we begin to vascularize them, get some blood flow into them. Moving forward and back. And then finally pulling the hips up and back to down dog, and then stepping the feet in and walking the plank so we have a folded position. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Pilates style. Stack each vertebrae. Salute this time. Good morning again, everybody. Reach high to the sky. And let's draw the hands over heart as we step left foot back and right foot forward into our lunge position. Checking in with that back heel. Making sure we haven't any type of alignment, but aiming straight up. Let's take the left heel, drive it to the earth, and push up onto the tippy toes. And do that for a few reps. Now that front leg, if it has a substantial bend, try to keep the angle in the knee nominal, so it's almost straight. Also, if you can focus a little bit of effort in pushing the ball of the big toe of that front foot into the earth, it can help heighten some of the muscle activation in our posterior chain. Might feel a little bit of medial or middle muscles of that right leg, a little more active. And now hold up and Sheryl Sandberg this, lean in. A little bit literary reference, there we go. How's that for creativity? Now, chest is proud, arms extend forward. Fingers separate widely as we raise the arms, keep the palms together. As we lower them, open the palms to face outward and sweep the arms all the way back. Bend free through the elbow as we sweep forward and up, palms rotate together to face and sweeping back. And let's do this for a couple more repetitions. If you feel warmth building in that gluteal, maybe that right hamstring, good stuff. Now, hold up shoulder height. Palms sweep together and fingers interlock. Shoulder carriage rotates to the right. Hold. Slowly come back to center and do it again. Keep the arms extending straight away from the body. And make sure it's the shoulder carriage creating the rotation. Come back center, hands come over heart. Back foot steps forward, and the opposite side steps back. We have good separation of church and state. Church is left, state is right. Hands are over heart. More of an upright type position as we begin to piston that right heel up and down. Very important that we're not rotating out. Have a nice straight planar movement. So we're not moving rotation through the plane. We're just moving forward and back, straight ahead, straight back. Nice. Now, high on the heels aiming to the sky, arms extend forward. Lean in a little more. Now, the amount of lean creates the workload. So gauge what's best for you as the arms raise and sweep back. Same movement as before. You might notice that the endurance on one side differs from the other. In other words, the burn may not happen equally to both sides, but we practice relatively the same time for both today.
Today.
Other days, not so much. All right, on the next rep, sweep up, shoulder height, interlock, and create the rotation. Try to keep the back part of the body the same, the hips relatively square, heel not moving from side to side, slowly opening up and brings to center. Let's do that one more time. And as we center it back up, hands come over heart, back foot steps forward, and we salute the sun. And as we fold down, enjoy a moment of you time. Take a couple breaths. Let's each hand come to opposite elbow. And let's that lower back lengthen out. Let the fingers return to the earth or shins, depending on your flexibility. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Keep the back in extension and straighten both legs. Now, take the ball of each big toe. Give it a little bit of rotation onto the earth, a little bit of pressure, and see if you can straighten the legs ever so slightly more. And while you endeavor to do that, draw back the hips. Walk the hands forward. As the legs continue their strengthening effort and lengthening effort, keep the ball of each big toe your focus point of internal rotation of the feet. Draw back the hips just ever so slightly more as you walk forward, ever so slightly more, those fingers. Proud out the chest as you inhale. Exhale, fold it down, and Pilates style, raise it back up. Great job. Hello again. Hands sweep to the sky. Shoulder width apart, fingers nice and wide. Use the fingers to pull high to the sky. Back in the day, I used to say, just imagine there was a $1 million bill just slightly above the fingertips. Can you get it? Oh, as you exhale, lower hands to hearts. Take the left foot, step it back. This time, bring the heel to the earth as we create that heel extension. I'd like you to bring as much straightness as you can to that left leg. Take that left hip, rotate it forward. Feel a nice pull through the backside, low leg muscles. As we hold on this, take a couple breaths. Take the ball of that right big toe, push it into the mat, and then rotate back to center. Step back foot forward and switch up sides. And work a bit of a progression here. Left ball, big toe pushing to the mat, right heel pushing down. Rotation to the left. You might notice that your balance is challenged a little more one side versus the other. Kirsten often asks me, do we do any balance challenges? Like all the time, like we're doing right now. Come back center, step the back foot forward, switch up sides. Now, keeping that heel driving to the earth, relax the hands down, sweep the hands forward, raise the arms high, big inhale, and as you exhale, begin to fold on that front leg. Now, if you need hands on thighs, please take that opportunity. And if you can, step them down to the shin, or if you can, get them to the floor, go for it. And if it doesn't go there today, it's not a judgment of anything, right? It's just where you are at this moment. So enjoy it. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Now, with assistance, if needed, but if you can, sweep the arms forward and raise that body. Come up under the toes. Reach for the sky. As that left leg remains straight, drive the heel to the earth and begin to fold it down again. Walk it down with your hands if the muscles are not sufficiently strong today, or let it float down if they are. Inhale, extend. Sweep forward the arms, raise up the body. Push to the toes, reach for the sky. Float it down. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Last time, sweep forward and up. And as you let hands descend over heart, switch out sides. I've looked at life from both sides now. Right heel draws to the earth. We have the front leg, by the way, is relatively straight. If you're ready, let's begin the descent, lowering down to what's most appropriate for our body. Sometimes you might notice one side varies from the other. Just remind yourself to do what's right for both sides as you begin to let the chest lower down and sink a little more. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. With assistance or without, raise it back up. Try to maintain the stability through the movement so we're not fluttering around. Again, this is another balance-related work. Inhale, extend. Arms sweep sky. Up onto the toes, just in case you thought I forgot it. Heel drives to the earth, float it down. Inhale, extend, sweep. Try to keep that heel driving to the earth before you push up under the toes. Float it down. Inhale, extend, sweep. Whoops. Onto the toes. As hands return to heart, step the front foot forward. As you inhale, arms sweep out to the side. Palms are facing to the sky. We're going to maintain that shoulder height. Now, flip the palms forward facing. 90-degree bend to the elbow. Rotate backwards with the arms. The forearms is what I mean, sorry. Now, keep the chest proud, but engage six-pack muscle and allow the hands to begin to rotate downward and then float them back up. And explore the range on the down, but try to avoid compressing through the neck, right? We want just shoulder rotation. So right now, the small muscles and some of the large ones that support the positioning of the arms are experiencing inward hell. Yeah, they're experiencing hell. Inward rotation and exterior rotation. There's nominal weight on this. It's just the weight of the arms, really. So just practice it. Do a couple repetitions to get an understanding of how beat up those muscles get just by the rotation of sitting every day. It's a great exercise to do to help those small muscles. Now shake it out. Good stuff. Sweep the arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Fold it. Take it down. Oh, this is what the earth feels like.
I don't know about you, Sue, but I'm sore from yesterday.
And water break.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Say that like it's vodka, and it really is. All right, once we're down upon the earth, we're going to come with our feet, but hip width, mat width apart. Going to bring some flexion to the feet and hands onto the kneecaps. Now, panda looks like this. You know what a panda looks like when it's sitting eating? Don't look like a panda. Use the hand on the kneecaps to help rock that pelvic girdle so you're up onto the sit bones. No pandas today. With chest proud, I'd like you to lean back a little more. As we begin to add load into those hip flexors of yours, we're going to work this with a little more intensity. Now, degree of the angle on the hips right now is about 90 degrees, right? So we're going to step the legs out And as we come into a staff-like pose, we open up those hips just a little more. And now, we've got a little more workload with those hip flexors.
Are we leaning back?
We're leaning back slightly because we were. All right, now, Pilates had this methodology of sitting up, and we're going to start to practice it now. And this is where we do actually go into a panda-like movement, but we're going to follow it through all the way back to the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Arms can make the trip any way that you like. I'm going to reach it long, and I'm going to hold on this with my toes pulling the opposite direction of my fingertips. Now, as I hold on this, I want you to, as you hold on this, I'd like you to try to hollow out the belly. Make it an active pull. And one way you can connect to those muscles is actually by initiating a little cough. And that cough, you'll feel the muscles in the belly kind of trigger. Now, I want you to try to keep those muscles active as you bring the arms back up over chest. Drop your chin into the chest. Those tummy muscles are still actively pulling inward towards the spine. As we keep flexion in the spine, dive the hands down. This is such a great stretch for the low back muscles and the posterior chain muscles.
Press the back of the knees.
To intensify that stretch, you can work to, without effort of the other appendages of the body, you can work to push the back of the knees into the earth. Now, mind you, any type of discomfort you feel, don't push beyond that. Now, as you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, fold back down, keep that chin tucked, and begin to Pilates style this down. Let the arms kind of help provide workload. Simply position them where you feel like where you've gained enough effort needed to imprint vertebrae by vertebrae your spinal column. Reach it all the way back. Point the toes, pull with them, pull with the fingers, and feel nice length for the whole body. Rotate your head right, slowly center, slowly left. Come back center, tuck the chin. Bring the arms back up as the belly hollows in and continues to pull inwardly. Bring flexion to the spine. Let the arms extend forward. See if you can achieve a little more length through those feet, a little more distance through. This time around, if you have the opportunity to grab toes with palms, please take that. If you need towel, you can always use that also, if one's handy, of course. As you inhale, extend to a flat back, and then use the arms to kind of pull and feel the bottoms of the feet feel a nice stretch through the plantar and other regions of the foot. As you release the breath, let the body go back into flexion, that thoracic spine flexing, drop the chin into the chest. And Pilates style, take it backwards and downwards. Toes point, fingers pull opposite direction. And with a little more frequency, we're going to go through a few more of these. Up, dive. One breath in, one breath out, and start the descent. Backward and downward. Reach opposite, pull opposites. Sweep arms, come back up. Arms continue to reach, dive down. Up. Back down. Now hold down, and while you reach backwards, rotate your thumbs so that the palms can
have a face to the earth and then reach back. With the palms maintaining that earthward aspect. Sweep the arms up, so the palms will be facing the sky. So the thumbs are aiming away from the center line. Chin drops, Pilates style, come back up. We've now externally rotated the shoulders. We're going to dive to the outside of the feet and allow those fingers to be straight, long, separated widely as they slide along the earth. Give that spine a nice flexion. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Chin tucks and back down we go. Keep the palms rotating externally. Slowly lower. Sweep back the arms. Back up. Chin tucking, spine, thoracic spine flexing. Outside reaching. This time, as we finish this exercise, bring palms onto the toes, towel if it's available. Pull hard with that palm of yours. Feel the nice stretch through the bottom of the foot as we extend the spine, crowd out the chest. Little nuances make a big difference in the effectiveness of these stretches. You may have noticed a difference when we crowded the chest. As you release your next breath, release the feet and bring your left hip to the left side of your mats. 90-degree bend in that left knee as the right leg sweeps backwards. Now, to facilitate this, there's different levels of flexibility that each person has. I recommend getting the chest lower to the ground, which means onto your forearm if it's needed. It doesn't have to go out of the 90-degree angle from the hip. You don't need that. You can have a 45 or less of an angle, as long as it's supported, that we can feel a little bit of exterior muscle activation on that right hip. That's your glute medius going, hello. Now, the right foot, there's the ball of that big toe. We're going to use that and the heel of the foot as a hinge point as we raise the right knee. And if that kind of makes things feel, oh, that's a good sign, because those muscles probably need a little bit of rehab, which is what we're doing right now. Now, some of us may be able to provide different elevation in the upper body, but for me, being here is my spot right now. Let the knee touch and then open it up. The effort of lifting it is the effort that brings the strength aspect, the development of strength. And then let it lower down. And then let's change the focus a little bit. As we upright the body, we're going to walk forward the hands. So this is kind of like a modified pigeon pose. And interim steps sometimes provide a pathway for the opportunity to find more flexibility, like a full pigeon. So now, as we create the extension, take that right hip and rotate it towards the earth and try to square the shoulders as best you can. And if it cramps, drink some more water. All right, now walk it back up, and then we're going to flip the script on this. So we're only doing this particular exercise. I'm going to change sides. You can walk it over, you wouldn't be looking at the screen, but you can do that also. That is help is a good exercise. Now, as we set up on this side, same thing, find that lower position, whatever is best for you. One side might have more flexibility than the other, so do whatever is necessary. As we begin this, it's simply raising and lowering in the hinge point, same two aspects of the foot, only on a different side. You'll notice that if you slow down, there is tension in the muscle through the whole range of motion. And that's really what optimizes the exercise. Letting gravity take over the movements instead of using gravity to help provide resistance is kind of foregoing
an opportunity to train a little better. Let's do a few more repetitions. On this next repetition, keep the left knee lower and then step up the body. Let's begin with a little bit of a rotation and effort to push down the left hip and then begin to walk out the hands. Now, the depth you go to may change from side to side. Once you've found your low spot, begin to create that rotation of the left hip towards the earth. Keep the spine in extension. Walk forward with the hands. See if you can get a little more depth. Play with it a little bit. As you walk the hands back up, let's bring that back leg forward and join the bottoms of the feet.
You go.
No, you should chase me down the mat. What are you doing?
I want to be able to watch you.
I want to watch you too. All right. With the bottoms of the feet together, some of us might have a bit of this going on, as long as we're not into that panda thing, right? So we use that pelvic girdle, the ischium, the sit bones to kind of find a nice spot to exercise from. Find your version of it. And it doesn't matter what it looks like, just find it and allow the legs to begin to find separation. And you can use some of the arm and upper body spinal column to kind of help provide stability and training for the upper body and allow those legs to kind of experience a little bit of a journey. You can kind of rock back, side to side and find a little bit of muscle pull and tension. It might actually help to pull apart some of those adhesions in the medial or middle muscles of the leg. Now, if you can, chest crowds out, and then we're going to bring forward the chest with spine long. Crowd the chest while you hold. And as you release your next breath, let the body float backwards and extend the legs all the way out. We now have 90 degrees within the hips, so that space, what feels good. And now we're going to lengthen out those hip flexors by slowly, Pilates style, imprinting all the way down. And now we have about 180 degrees of length through the hips. Let's step the feet in, and as that hip angle shortens once again, we're going to rock the calf spot, joking. We're going to rock the pelvis. So I'd like you to kind of take your pubis and imagine there's a force from your six-pack really pulling up, and the experience that you're trying to achieve is the low back skin touching the mat. Now, if you get there, great. If you don't, try to keep that effort. It's more about the muscle activation. While you maintain your focus on that, let's flatten out the shoulder blades. And then let's step the feet so that they're about hip width apart. Alignment's kind of key with this. So if you can spread your toes, but make sure that the feet have a straight forward as opposed to heel in, toes out type of orientation. So toes and heels orient straightly. I'd like you to keep that pelvic rocking action as you, from the pelvic girdle up along the spine, begin to peel up each vertebrae. So as we extend the lumbar spine, we're lifting our butt up off the earth, and we should feel the gluteals start to work. And we're going to continue to lift to the sky. And once again, we're working two aspects here. The gluteals are pulling hard to create hip extension. And those hip flexors are feeling muscle extension. They're lengthening.
And then slowly imprint each vertebrae back down. And you feel a little bit of burn, hopefully, in the gluteals as you slowly let the base of the spine touch. Rock it forward, rock it back, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift it up. Push it up. Tension free through the upper body. Keep that neck relaxed. This is an exercise for the glutes and hip flexors. Slowly lower back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Rock that pelvic girdle forward. Rock it back. Hollow out the belly and begin to pull up slowly. See if you can get onto the blades of the shoulders and the back. Make an effort to push the ball of each big toe into the mat as the heels also push and drive height in those hips. And then slowly lower back down. Muscle imbalance often needs practice to erase those effects. So right now we're working in conjunction, the hip flexion and extension with the primary movers right now. So enjoy it. Push back up slowly, lower back down slowly. And we'll do this one more time. Hold it in the up position. Squeeze the legs together. They don't have to touch, just squeeze them together. And then lower back down. And then when I said one more time, I just went one more time for that particular exercise. We're adding on, it's a progression. Let the legs spread, keep the legs spread, lift it back up. And the progression, here it comes. Squeeze those legs together and see if you can push a little higher. Keep the legs squeezing together as you lower back down. Oh, you're so mean. You're so cruel. Oh, you're welcoming. And one more time. Slowly peel it up. Squeeze it together. Push a little higher. And then let it lower back down. And what could possibly be better but to add on to this, the progression's slightly different because we're going to step the legs all the way out, hip width apart. Now, when I say all the way out, I was just kidding. We're going to step in just an inch or two, just so there's a micro bend in those knees of ours. Let's bring flexion to the feet. And let's bring rotation to the legs as we rotate internally. Try to keep the toes pulling in towards the shins. As you draw the belly down, allow the arms to descend amongst the side body. Cup the fingers so the fingertips have the touch points only. Keep those feet pulling in and squeeze together those inner thighs. Keep those muscles working hard. If they tremble, that is good. That means they are working, folks. Now, open the legs by simply using the heels like a hinge. Let them splay wide and then rotate back in. Keep those feet flexed. Thank you. Feet remain flexed, thighs squeeze together. Hollow out the belly. Push the fingertips into the earth and proud out the chest. Keep that belly hollowing out, pulling into the spinal column. Relax everything. Allow the legs to open, hinging on heels. Rotate back in, feet remain flexed, thigh to thigh. Squeeze hard, fingertips push to the earth. Now, from the heels, try to push them and create elevation of your butt up off the earth. But most importantly, keep the feet flexing and the thighs squeezing. and then lower down and extend all the way out. The legs and hands reach both opposite direction, fill it up with air, blow it out, pull the knees up and into the chest, bring the forehead up for the ride and rock and roll front to back. And come into a seated position with legs crossed and bring hands over heart. And allow me to thank you for joining us today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Nama could have stayed in bed, but Nama didn't stay in bed. Oh. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.